Just the age-old tale of a man and his love for a swan. Alright, so when did I go see this? For January, I went and saw Swan Lake. I always want to say Black Swan because I saw that movie, but the ballet itself is Swan Lake. I went and saw Swan Lake performed by the Moscow City Ballet. The only ballet I'd ever seen before was the Nutcracker. I've seen it several times throughout my life and I really love the Nutcracker, so I figured we'll give a different ballet a shot and see if I enjoy it as much. I didn't enjoy it as much, probably just because I'm not as familiar with the story, but it was still good and still an enjoyable way to spend my time. The thing about the ballet is because there are no words, you kind of have to guess what the story is. Like, obviously they're dancing it out and the story is unfolding before you, but you almost have to figure out who each character is, and that's why they want you to buy the billfold so that you know what's going on. But because I'm quite frugal, I didn't buy the billfold, so I was kind of left guessing. I kind of roughly knew the outline. The gist of the story is there's a prince and he's coming of age and his mother wants him to find a princess to marry. But he instead has gone out hunting with his new crossbow that he got and sees this girl that he falls in love with. But she is under a curse which causes her to turn into a swan during the day, and she is only a girl at night. So he loves this swan girl, and then he has this ball where his mom invites all these girls from different places to dance for him, and she's like, just pick one of these girls. But he's all like, no, I don't really like any of these girls still. And then the owl, who is the one who put the curse on the princess, who is the swan at night, comes back with a swan girl, but this time it's secretly not the swan that he originally fell in love with. It's a different one. Most of us would have a hard time differentiating between swans. Same case with the prince. So he ends up with the black swan, which means that the curse will never be broken for the white swan. So in the end, they both die because they're so sad that he accidentally married the wrong girl and that the curse will never be broken. They had a jester in it who kind of like did a lot of facial expressions and kind of helped guide you through the story, but I was still a bit confused. Didn't realize the swan turned into a girl some of the time, so that's why I was like, what? This guy just likes a swan better than all these nice girls? The thing about it was that it felt like it dragged on a bit because they don't have the words to just say stuff. They have to like dance it out for 15 minutes when it's something that could be said in like 5 minutes. So the whole first half hour was just the prince dancing around so that you could get to know what his life was like. And then there was a whole hour of the scary black owl guy and the swan princess, but you know, setting the stage, I guess. And then the second half I liked better because they actually had like the ball. And this was my favorite part because they were like shorter dances with like different cultural vibes about them. There was like this French girl and this Spanish girl, and it was really enjoyable to watch. And a lot more happened. So I enjoyed the second half better. The costumes were amazing. I have never wanted a feathery tutu so much in my life. They looked so good and they were just I don't know when I'd have the occasion to wear a feathery tutu, but they looked really nice. My heart went out to the guys who were made to wear white tights in front of hundreds of people, because tights are tight, and white is not the best color for anyone to wear on their legs, so that was quite something. And their dancing is really lovely and amazing, and they're so just athletic. So it was really nice. The music was good, and I had a vantage point where I could actually see down into where the orchestra was sitting. It was like the classic big painting background, and then it had different layers that could go up. At one point, my favorite bit, it was when he had fallen in love with the wrong princess, Swan Princess, and the real one was kind of like trying to warn him, and they had like a sheer layer between the actual background and where he was, and she was like trying to get through him, and they kind of shone a light and you could see her, and then it disappeared again, and it was really, really cool to know that she was kind of there but you couldn't really see, and I really liked that. The ballet is something where you just kind of have to set your mind to, I'm going to be here for about 3 hours enjoying music and watching something pretty, and it's not a whole lot about plot, it's just about enjoying it, which I don't know if I'd put myself in that mindset. It's hard to review a ballet because I don't know enough about them to me they all seem relatively similar. So all in all, I enjoyed it, but I don't think I like going to the ballet as much as going to a musical or a concert or even the opera, just because I find it harder to follow the story. Or maybe it was just Swan Lake in general that I didn't like as much. But I'm going to give it 2.5 stars. Like, it was a fine production, but it didn't hold my attention as much as I had hoped. So next week is actually half term, so I will be going on holiday and taking you guys with me, so hopefully you stay tuned and watch those vlogs as they come out. I think it's gonna be good. I'm going to some places I've never been before, but that have a lot of history, so I'll be excited to show you guys around and we'll discover it together. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.